Our next guest was recently crowned Miss USA.
Woo!
And in November, she'll be representing our country in Moscow as Miss Universe in that astonishing competition.
At the Miss Universe competition.
This is huge.
I think she's going to win.
I do too.
Okay. Well, joining us is a real-life beauty queen, Erin Brady. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my goodness. The crown. It's gorgeous.
Do you love it?
Woo,
I love it. And the sash.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
It's a lot of bling bling.
A lot of bling.
Yeah.
The rappers have nothing on you, girl. So last Sunday,
yes,
you won this prestigious award. Walk us through what was going through your mind when you heard your name announced.
You know, you're standing there with another girl and you know that in a matter of seconds, your life is going to change drastically.
Right.
And I heard Connecticut and I'm like, oh my, all you see on the camera is, oh my God, over and over again, because you really cannot believe it. And you hear people screaming and you do black out. I actually watched it last night for the first time. And I'm like, I don't remember having the crown put on my head, having the sash put over me. You don't remember anything except for people screaming.
My goodness. And there's the moment.
There's the moment.
Wow.
See, I don't remember hugging Nana. I don't remember any of it.
Wow.
It's so crazy. I know.
This is just shock.
It is. And Connecticut has never won in 62 years.
Wow.
Really?
So that was even cooler because I'm like, represent Connecticut.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a runners-up face prepared just in case you didn't walk home with the crown?
You know, no. I think it was more, I would have been so happy for her because we were both like, girl, if it's you, great. If it's me, even better. But no, I wasn't about to cry because you're overwhelmed with excitement for whoever it's going to be.
Really?
Honest.
I know, really.
There isn't a moment where you're like, I want the crown.
If we were there for 3 days, perhaps, but like you're there for 2 weeks, so you get to know these girls on a personal level, and so you become friends with them. So you're like, okay, I'm happy for you. If you win it, good. Like I'll live vicariously through you for the next year.
Okay, so did you, going into the competition, or at least that final question, were you a little bit confident at all that you would walk away with the grand prize?
Once I got into the top 5, I was very calm, and I knew that the questions were going to be challenging, but I was very ready, and I was very happy with my performance throughout the night. So I was just said, whatever's meant to be is meant to be. It's one of our destinies, and if it's mine, that would be amazing.
Yes.
And it worked out in my favor. So.
Well, you answered your question very well, but Miss Utah kind of stumbled.
She did.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, you know what? She is the first one to go out of all 5 of us.
Okay.
She gets the question. You're full of nerves. You're in front of millions of people. And I think all of us have had that experience once in our lifetime where your nerves get the best of you and you get caught up in the moment and it's a snowball effect. So, you know, it was unfortunate for her, but I think she's enjoying herself now. She's got a lot of opportunities ahead of her.
Well, how did you prepare for such a spontaneous question? You have to be just up to date on every single news topic.
Yeah, actually, the night before, my roommate and I had gone through and kind of looked up things that were hot topics, and you have to just be ready for that. You're representing the whole nation, so you have to just be prepared for anything.
Well, what about overall preparation for the contest? I mean, besides being beautiful,
well, thank you.
What else did you have to do to prepare yourself?
You know, obviously, you have to be physically fit, so you have to, you know, make sure you're eating nutritious meals and working out.
How often do you work out?
When I was working out 5-6 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean in moderation, a little bit of both.
Okay.
I did Bikram yoga, which was very zen for me, because you're stressed out, so you need to have something that kind of brings you back to your center.
It's true.
So I was doing yoga, cardio, a little bit of lightweight training, and yeah, getting ready.
Explains why you can work that Band-Aid
Well,
dress.
thank you.
I see you, girl. I see you.
Thank you.
So I was actually surprised to find out that you have a background in finance.
I know.
I mean, you don't look like any accountant I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I do. I studied finance in school, and I was getting ready to go back to school to pursue my MBA with a focus in finance. But I've always been a numbers girl. Yeah.
Who likes numbers?
I know. It's weird, right? But no, I've always been good at numbers, and I've always been very interested in the economy and learning about investments and things of that nature. So it was right for the time.
Right for the
now
time.
we've got a different door that's open for myself.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So 2 causes that are very important to you are raising breast cancer awareness and also drug and alcohol abuse in families. Talk to us about why you've zeroed in on those two causes.
The breast cancer and ovarian cancer awareness is actually one of the main causes for the Miss Universe organization in general. So that's something that it's not near and dear to my heart. I haven't been affected by it personally, but it's something that throughout the year I'll get to learn more about and meet other people that have been directly affected.
Okay.
As far as the drug and alcohol abuse, I grew up in a family that was directly affected by it. So it's something that I want to be able to show you can overcome.
Were your parents?
Yes,
Oh.
my parents, and it was very challenging because I'm the oldest of 3 daughters, so I needed to make sure that I was a good role model for them. And I think getting to where I am today is really cool for people that are going through similar circumstances to show them that you don't have to follow in their footsteps, because unfortunately a lot of people do. I think it's great to show them that you can take another path and make something of yourself. So.
Did you feel pressure growing up? Because if you're the children of someone who is an alcoholic or addicted to drugs, not only is there pressure for you, but you also have to be, again, a role model.
You do.
And you end up being sometimes the head of the household. Did you feel that growing up?
Absolutely. And my sisters will be the first one to give me credit for, we wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you. And that's really, I mean, it's second nature though. I don't take credit for it like pat on the back. It's more, you do what you have to do. You know, you deal with the situations that are thrown your way, and you hope that you are the best role model that you can be for them. So I think I did an okay job.
You did an amazing job.
Well, thank you.
I think you did all right.
Thank you so much.
Now, you say one of the lessons you want people to know is that they can't overcome those situations. So if you have to say one thing to someone who's going through some type of similar situation with alcohol and drug abuse in their families, what would you say to them and how to get through that
Get through it.
situation?
I would definitely say find somebody that you feel comfortable to talk about it with, because I found I bottled everything up. And getting into your teen years when you're dealing with just situations that come up as a teenager, it's the last thing you want to deal with. So the more you can talk about it and find somebody that you feel comfortable talking about it with, I would recommend doing so, because again, you don't want to keep anything bottled up because it affects you negatively later in your life. So if they feel comfortable, they have an outlet to discuss it and talk about it, by all means, do so.
Great advice.
Very good advice.
Yeah,
very good
it
advice.
is.
Okay, I have to talk to you about one of my guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo.
Oh my God.
What do you make of these shows like Honey Boo Boo and Toddlers and Tiaras? Do you think it's an accurate depiction of the world, your pageant world?
You know, it's funny because I'm not a childhood pageant girl, so I can't relate to that directly. I know that is a bit fabricated. I know specifically with the Miss Universe organization, they're looking more for a businesswoman. I think being in the older end of the spectrum, it's a little bit different for me. I think it's hilarious. It's entertainment.
Exactly.
I mean, you know what I mean? They're looking for it to be an entertaining show. I'm glad I wasn't a part of that when I was younger. That's all I have to say. I'm happy I started later in my life.
You didn't have to wear the fake teeth.
The fake
or the
teeth
lashes
or the
when you're
pixie
full-
sticks. That's not my cup of tea.
That's not your cup of tea.
You know?
Well, maybe you can soon get into the reality world, because I know you have a videographer following you around documenting your journey as Miss USA.
USA?
So will all of
Really?
this footage maybe become a reality show?
I don't know if it's going to become a reality show. I just didn't realize that so many people want to know what I'm doing on a day-to-day.
course.
That's one of the biggest things to get used to. But it's great because my fans want to know, what is your life like as Miss USA? So that's what they're using it for. That would be a great reality show.
I would watch.
I would watch it.
Definitely. It'd be
So
you
we'll
and
see.
Honey Boo Boo.
You know, we will see. That would be a great idea.
Well, speaking of your life, is it true you had to postpone your wedding because it's on the same day as Miss Universe pageant?
So that was actually before I even came to Miss USA. When I won Miss Connecticut, we had decided to postpone it. There was an idea of November 9th before I even went to Miss USA.
Right.
And then coincidentally, it happens to fall on the same day, but we had postponed it way back when.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't
But you
postpone
kind of had
it
a
for this.
premonition.
I
that
know.
Well, you know
might
what I mean?
win.
How funny is this? Here we are, November
Wow.
9th, heading over to Moscow for some beauty pageant competition.
So let's
So
talk about
yeah,
Moscow.
what are you most
Yeah.
excited about with the whole Russia competition?
We're there for almost a month.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you
I
doing
think
for that
20
long?
Well, you have to get acclimated to it, and you're there with 88 other countries. So that's a lot to handle. I mean, you've got language barriers and just getting acclimated to being in another country and time zones and everything else. So we were in Vegas for 2 weeks, so it makes sense that we'd be in another country for longer. So I'm just excited about the experience. I mean, not many girls can say they get to meet people from all over the world and compete in a competition with them. I mean, that's incredible.
So
And
are you researching them? Like, okay, I got to one up this one. This is what I can do.
Taking you down, Miss Japan. Taking you down.
I haven't started that yet. I know in the next couple of months it will definitely kick up a little bit more.
Okay.
But I'm just really looking forward to that experience. USA won last year, so maybe we'll have 2 years
Fingers
in a row. We'll keep
crossed.
our fingers crossed. So.
Yes,
USA! I love it.
Well, we'll just say congratulations
Thank
in
you.
advance.
Thank you so much.
Exactly.
I
Good
can't
luck.
wait.
You're fantastic. Come back when you win Miss Universe,
I would
okay?
love that.
Yes.
All right, that's a
Thank
deal.
you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. You're watching Arise Entertainment 360.